Thank you for welcoming me. Happiness. Happiness is a gift. Happiness is something, it's like a flower blooming in the sun. Um, it's our natural state of being as human being. Um, so some of you might be surprised, say, but if it's so natural, do I have to, why do sometimes I feel I have to fight for my own happiness? Well, this is something I'd like to discuss, and that all of us together we can share our own experiences. So, who am I now? Who is Guy? So, my name is Guy Giard. I'm from French Canada. So, Canada, you have two parts. You have English and you have French. So, I come from the French part. Montreal, we've had the Olympic Games a long time ago. So if some of you might look to that name for that. I'm a visual artist, so painting, sculpture, drawing, a bit of a musician. And 10 years ago, there was a major change in my life, in my happiness, you can say, when suddenly I joined Patch Adams on a first humanitarian clown mission. So, uh, how many of you are aware of who Patch Adam is? I'm curious. Okay, one, two, three. Now, that's fine because depending on the time, in 1998, so that's almost 30 years ago, a movie came out about an American doctor who introduces clowns in hospitals. Why? Well, he was a doctor and he wasn't happy about how the relationships between the patients and the doctors. And he felt he could do more, something more humane. And his humanity was through humor. So the movie itself, which played by Robin Williams, uh, who sadly passed away, illustrated his life story of Patch Adam. But Patch Adam is still alive, and I have had the pleasure of traveling with him in hospitals. So that's what we do. One of the participants tonight is Joseph, was with me in Japan a week ago. So we had the pleasure of going to in Japanese hospital and seniors home to bring joy and laughter. So 10 years ago, I took a risk. So I think happiness goes hand in hand with taking a risk. How do you feel about taking risk in your life? What happens to your body when you feel there's a risk to be taken? Sometimes we feel anxious, we feel excited, but we also feel anxiety at the same time. These are all feelings happening in our body. Now, happiness is free, it is there for all of us, and it's about, in one word, it's about being you. Each one of you, Joseph and Judith and all you beautiful people, is about happiness, is about expressing who you are as a human being. Now, we are born naked, and then we get dressed. But we also get dressed with concepts. You know, our parents who love us will teach us what they think is the best for us. And then the school will teach us what they think is the best for us. And then religion, if you're born in a religious society, will teach us what is best for us. But who knows what is best for us is you yourself. And part of the secret of happiness is getting to trust what is happening inside of you. Now, where's my little friend here? Oh boy. This is Tocino. And Tocino, when I get too serious, he comes and interrupts me. Because now we're really in our heads now. Oh my God. It's like, am I in a race here? No, I'm with you. So happiness is about just being yourself. Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions before I go on, if possible. Are there challenges you face in being yourself in every day? Tell me about this. Is it maybe money, maybe partners, maybe job? Think about it for a second.
Yes, there.
Yes.
They are.
To be honest, it was much more in my past.
Okay.
But right now, it's
Okay.
challenges, I mean.
And what kind of challenges come up about being oneself? Give me an example. Anybody? Joseph, I know you're in the bus, so you can't really speak. Maybe we don't want to disturb the other people. And also, if you're in Japan, you don't speak in the bus. You don't speak in the metro. So I understand that. But uh, some of the challenges can be inside the family itself. Who I don't know, in Georgia or in England, or have you ever heard the expression of being the good boy or being a good girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
In Georgia. Yeah.
Oh, I like this. I've been the good boy.
Girl.
What does that generally imply when somebody says to you, "Oh, be a good girl"? What do they think they mean when they say that?
To do the things they want to do.
Oh,
To do.
oh, oh! I love this. This is so amazing. To do the things they want you to do. Wow. That is so deep and so important, because the first clue I gave to you about happiness is about being yourself. And who's the only person who knows what's good for you? What do you think? Aha. Thank you. Yes, visually. We're the only ones. We're the only ones. So so happiness in everyday life is about developing the habit of listening to yourself. Okay. Now, there's language. Well, I use words because we don't use telepathy yet. And I think that's a good thing. Okay. But it's important that you use words that speak to you personally. So when I'm going to say about the 5 levels of beings, the 5 levels of happiness, I'm going to say some words of these 5 levels of happiness. But you have to find a word that speaks to you, that resonates to you, you know? So, again, he's checking on me. Say, Guy, are you getting too serious again? Oh, by his name is Tocino, which means bacon, because he loves to eat bacon. So, my dear Tocino. So, okay. To look for happiness is to be yourself. What does it mean to be yourself? Well, there's 5 levels of, not 5 levels, but 5, how could I say, fields. One of which is the easiest one that you can relate to, is to do what you are passionate about. Okay. What you are passionate about can be reading. Who loves to do reading here? Who loves reading? Some of you loves reading. How about listening to music? Who loves to listen to music? Okay. Who loves dancing? Oh, dancing. Okay. Who loves walking in nature? Walking in nature. So even before we go deep in all that subject, so passion is one of those 5 elements we're going to look into to find happiness. So even before we go deeper, I'm going to say, how much time per day, hours or minutes, do you give to your passion? You know, yeah, thank you. I love visual language. Thank you. Oh, I like that much bigger. So happy, and then happiness, can be about how much of your time you are giving to that. In the second part of the discussion, there's no parts. If there are parts, maybe there'll be parts, but often it's like in the second part we can talk about what is stopping you from living your passions. Now we can get into the good girl or good boy argument, or yeah, exactly. This, I don't know if this is a universal language, but in Canada that means money. I like this Korean symbol. Who knows what this Korean symbol means?
Heart.
Isn't it love?
Heart. It's love.
Yeah.
It's heart. Thank you. So I don't know if there's a connection between this and this, but we just created one. But anyway, so okay, I'm gonna be totally academic for 1 minute. So I'm gonna kind of silence my Tocino for a moment. So Tocino, please, Tocino. Okay, so he's gonna be quiet for a moment. So, okay, so put your hand up, right or hand, left, doesn't matter. Just put your hand up. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you. These are the 5 levels of happiness, the 5 fields to consider. So I'm just okay. Number 1, the thumb is the mind. So touch it with your other hand if you can. That's a mnemonic method that if you touch, it gets there. Thank you. Second one is the heart. Third one is the body. Body. I like that you're writing it down. What I'm gonna say. Tekla. Is that your first name or last name?
No, it's my first name.
Tekla. Thank you. I don't want to mess up your name, so thank you, Tekla. So the fourth one, and the fourth one, this is when words get confusing. But let's say for today, we're going to say the fourth one is the soul. The soul. And the last one, I'm going to call the universe. Okay, so you can talk of a big pizza. Life is a pizza. Everybody knows what it's a pizza. That's fine. Life is a pizza. So depending who you talk to, they're going to slice the pizza in 3, in 5, in 8. If you go into Christian religion, the pizza is sliced in 3. The Father, the Son, and the Spirit. If you go into chakras, they cut it in 7. There's 7 chakras. So the number is not important. You just can say that Guy, which is my name, Guy, recipe for happiness is in 5 pieces. That's all that matters. Okay, so now I'm being the school teacher. Okay, so touch the fingers and say the names. So the thumb was the mind. Thank you. This one,
Heart.
the heart.
Heart.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
This one,
Body.
The body. Oh, I shouldn't do that. This one.
Soul.
The soul. Thank you. And the last one.
Universe.
The universe. The universe. So far we spoke about. Thank you. You guys are. You guys are wonderful. Thank you very much. So far you guys spoke about. We spoke about taking walks, music, dancing. So which one of these 5 do you think it fits in? Which one of these 5 is it? The mind, the heart, the body, the soul, or the universe? I'm going to put some thinking music. Which one of in which one of these 5 category do you think these things were our passions? Where do you think passion fits in there?
Maybe from soul.
Maybe under the category of heart.
In the heart. Thank you. In the heart. Thank you. Thank you. So yes. So passion is in the heart. Yes. So following your passion is one of the 5 elements to happiness. So there's 4 other elements. Okay. There was the mind, the heart, the body, the soul, and the universe. Now, like I say, these words, I use them because they speak to me, but the mind is basically your abstract thoughts. So the mind is just basically everything that's abstract. It's thought. So you can call it, your mind is the story you tell about yourself. It could be the story of your past you tell about yourself, your dreams, your future. It's all in the air. It's nothing real. The heart is what moves you. The heart is it excites you, and that's what we want. We want to live a life of excitement, of passion. But passion can be knitting. Passion can be writing. Passion can be folding clothes. Cooking. Does somebody here has a passion? Oh, maybe in Georgia there's a lot of passion for cooking because you guys are wonderful hosts. So you like to prepare food for us. So okay. The mind, the gift of the mind is to become aware of what is happening in our mind. Awareness. Now, instead of reacting to what life is happening, the mind is there to make order of the universe. But that's all it does. It's to make order. When your parents or somebody tells you to be a good girl, it's the mind speaking. It means behave according to the logic. Okay. Behave according to what I see is the proper way to behave. Okay. Happiness is to be yourself, is to be you. So, number 2, your heart is following your passion. I think that we like passion. We're quite clear about that. So, what would it mean to follow your mind? How can we find happiness in our mind? What would that be? It's not being a good girl or a good boy. Is it getting good grades at school? Does that make you happy in life? No, not really. Thank you. Is the mind? Is it being happy at work?
I think that for a short
That's what you're
term,
doing.
So yeah, Tekla. for short term?
Yeah, I think that like for short term it can make you happy, but if it's not coming from your passion, I think that it would not last long.
Ah, wow, that's
Yes.
beautifully said. Nia, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to agree with Tekel because as you asked, what about work? I think if you are doing what you love, it comes from your passion, and work doesn't become kind of
Mm-hmm.
something.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And this is where why. So you're gonna say, but why, Guy, do you cut it in 5 pieces? And that's because, like you say, to answer my questions, which you did beautifully, and I thank you for sharing that, is that you answered by going back into passion.
Mm-hmm.
But the mind has its own purpose. And that's the problem with language. And that's why sometimes we feel stuck because our mind is telling us something, our heart is telling us something, our body is telling us something. It's like, but we're lacking words or we're lacking a vocabulary to define. So the heart, I started with that because that's number 2. It's very easy to understand because we do feel our passion sometimes. But the mind, it took me many years to figure out what is the mind of happiness. The mind of happiness, in a nutshell, it's your north star. I don't know if you have that expression, but the north star is when you look at night, it's the star that guides you. It's the thing that excites you most in life. It's when, for those, so I've written my book, the Courage to Love. And for those who have read through it or I've seen behind, it's about the fact that as a child, at 3 years old, I was sick. I was raped basically, and I had a hard time as a child. But today, I am a love clown going around the world to give love. So I wrote this book as this idea that it is possible that whatever has happened in your past, that you can heal from that. And not only that, but you can follow your dream. And that's the thing of happiness. I like how the electricity in Tekla's room suddenly went, oh my God.
It was not planned.
I know, but that's the beauty of it. It's like I said that word. I don't dare say it again. I don't want to blow a fuse in your home. But it took me because of the abuse, and I forgot the abuse. I'm lucky for that. I became aware of the abuse at around 35 years old. That's when the memories came back, very slowly and stuff like that. But even if when the memories came back and I started to work on it, it's only a few years ago that I finally figured out that the mind is the thing that they rape me of. Like, rape has nothing to do with sex. It's about taking over somebody and use it for their own benefit need. It's sad that we summarize it to sex. It has nothing to, well, it has to do with sex, but that's the least damage it has. But basically, I lost the ability to dream. Look at any child playing. 1, 2, 3, 4 years old, it's magical. They take a stick, they take anything, and it becomes this amazing toy. They have dreams, they have hopes. So, number 1 is to find your dream. And so we were talking about work. So work can fulfill your passion for a while, maybe or not. But my dream when I wrote this book is to make this world a better place for everyone. Because all of you are amazing. I mean, Tekla, Annie, Nia, all of you, Joseph, you're so amazing. But we forget. We forget what it is to be you, to be this wonderful, amazing person. So one of my dreams in writing this book is to help people, to inspire people that whatever has happened in your past, you can find your own self again. And I call it happiness. Use the word that you want, but find a life of purpose, a life of joy. Use the word that you want. So uh, when I say this word, your North Star, does that speak to you? Is that an image you understand? Yeah. So um, imagine life is going on a trip. So you need a compass, the thing that, okay. So the mind, number one, is about that. Is that what is your dream? Again, part two of the discussion, if we ever get there, because I want just this to organically be with you. But this is when we get into, but what's stopping you? Why is it that we're not living in joy every instant of our life? Is that even possible? So, number one, which was the mind, consciousness. I call it consciousness. Okay, it's the fact that we are aware as beings, as living beings. Do you use your mind to describe your dream? That's a big one, eh? How much, before I was talking about how much time do we spend on our passion each day? And then somebody was like this, and then like this. Okay, that's fine. No judgment here. But the power of number one of the mind is how much time do we spend becoming aware of our dream? When we go to sleep at night, and okay, oh, thank you. He reminded me because it's like, Guy, don't get ahead of yourself. Happiness is a practice. Happiness is not something you reach. It's not something you own. It's not something you buy. It's a practice. And what I mean by a practice is that you start somewhere. Oops, doesn't sound good. But happiness is about starting somewhere. It's a practice. And the more you practice, the easier it gets and the better it gets. Like my friend Judith, who just came back with a beautiful camera and smile, who's telling us about how to meet, how to share our passion with people. And I say, oh, but I'm scared. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to introduce myself to people. So Judith is there to help us. So it's with practice. So how much time? So practice, again, number two, passion. Number one is how much time do we spend on defining our dream? We're not in a society that talks about dreams. Now, if your dream is about to go on vacation on an island in the sun, that's fine. But that's not what I call a dream. That's going to make you happy. After 1 month on that island, most likely it's not going to answer what you want inside of yourself. So a dream is somewhere you aim for. It's like when you go bed at night to sleep, you like I say, it's a practice. Doesn't mean I'm able to do this all the time. But when I go to bed and I think about what dream I can accomplish tomorrow, it's like, wow, I'm happy to go to sleep. I feel good to go to sleep. But if you go to sleep about worrying, and we all do, about work, about what happened during the day, about things you have to do, things you haven't done, and this and that and this and that, it's not the same. So the gift of number one is to find what is your dream, what is your North Star. So I'd like you to give me a word. Maybe it's the exact, that dream, maybe it's that word dream, but what word would you use in your mind to say, okay, Guy is telling me to find my, would you use inspiration? What word speaks to you?
Do you hear me?
Yes, was it Judith? Thank you.
For me, I found it difficult to follow my dream because it was to be an actress.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily me who, in fact, it's other people who choose if I will be in this piece or in this television show. So I did not have the I was not able to reach that goal. And finally, I found that letting go of my dreams and just accept who am I and what is my reality in the present was something that was that helped me be happier, because my dream at a certain point it was poisoning my life. So I like that you say inspiration, because for me dream has a connotation of I was not able to reach that goal.
Thank you. Merci, Judith. That's perfect, because part of what we are discussing today about finding our dream, identifying our passion and stuff is to separate what is from the inside of us, what vibrates, and from the one that is the dreams that we've, like a chameleon, that we've took on for other reason around us. Maybe it was the dream of our parents, of our grandparents, or, you know, one we can meet one person one day, and that one interaction can change our life. So it's not a question of how much time or how many people you meet, but when I work with people, like I'm a happiness counselor, I do one-on-one work. So when I do that, the one of the tool I use is to say, okay, let's take your dream, and does it energize you? Does it feed you? Does it make you tingly? Ooh, even now I feel tingly talking all over it. So une bonne piste en français, a good sign that you're getting close to your dream. When you follow your dream, you lose the sense of time. You forget to eat. You don't even know who you are anymore. And that's when often people or parents will say, oh, come back to yourself, or be a good boy, or be a good girl, you know. But inside of you, when we touch, when I discuss with people, when I do one-on-one coaching and stuff, and when we touch that unique thing of them, it's better than an orgasm, because orgasm, it's short. I mean, okay, maybe some video that's like 1 minute long, I don't know. But when you really touch your North Star, what inspires you, it's like everything in life changed. The colors, the air you breathe. So you say, but Guy, are you serious? Are you, I mean, and I say, yeah, it is possible. But it's only, no, I won't say it's only possible if, I won't use that expression. But like I say, it's a practice. And until you've, now I'm introducing you to the possibility that it's possible to find your North Star. So when you're at work and you're with a stupid boss or you have a stupid customer, then you just smile because you know that, yes, you are doing this work now, but inside your heart, inside your mind, you have this amazing star. And this will never stop. It will never die. So as I say, the abuse I live, and that's in my book, my story, the drama was that I lost the ability to dream. And when I realized that, it made me very scared because I realized that as a person, you can live your whole life without a dream and you won't die. You say, ooh, that for me is very, very, very scary. The society is built, we're not machines yet, but you sleep, you work, you eat, you go to toilet, you make love. You can do that your whole life and never be happy. Every one of you is amazing. So we spoke a bit about number one. I think you get a good feeling of what is number one now. And okay. We spoke a bit about number two, which is about passion, which is about do what you love. Okay. Because, okay, number three, who remembers, and the Tekla took notes, number three is...
It was body.
Yeah, thank you. Yay! Thank you. So, the body. Oh la 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 la. Our body. How much do we take care of our body? And what does that mean to take care of our body? Are we much aware? And this is where the language plays bad tricks on us. Because we use the expression, I feel this, I feel that. But do you mean your emotions? Or do you mean your body? And often we neglect the body. We don't, the body doesn't have a voice, but it actually has, his voice is headaches. His voice is pain in the back. His voice is cold feet. His voice is not sleeping. His voice is... I was in a class the other day and with Judith, and we were doing an exercise. And so each person, so there were 12 people, and I was the sixth in line to do the exercise. So an easy exercise of, I don't know, talking 30 seconds. Talking 30 seconds. But as the people spoke and it was getting to get my turn, oh my God, my heart was going... I was kind of freaking out there. But I was safe. I was with nice people. I knew everything was good. But my body was sending me a message. So what do you do with that? Okay, so now we are in a culture And this is not to criticize. Again, number one is about awareness. You use awareness for your dream, but you also use awareness to know what are your feelings. You use awareness to know what is happening in your body. So, sadly, we are in a culture of, how could I say, either you hide your feelings with stimulations. So, chips, beer, sex, smoking, drugs, whatever you want. And that's not a judgment. It's just the way society is functioning now. Or you take something to anesthesia. Anesthesia, it means you don't feel any, you become numb. Okay, so you have a headache. The headache is like if you have a car, the headache is the red light flashing in your car telling there's something wrong in the car and you should stop, you should better do something. And then taking the headache pills is basically putting a masking tape over the red light. It says, I don't want to see the red light anymore. So the so happiness, happiness with the heart is following your passions. Okay, happiness with the mind is finding your North Star and your dream. Happiness with your body, well, it starts with just basically listening to it. If you're tired, sleep. If you're thirsty, drink. If just that basic things. Um, Knowing if you feel fear, like the expression says, you only have to fear, but fear itself is a good thing. I don't want to get. Yes, yeah, I know. He doesn't like when I just repeat words from other people. Sorry. I mean, he's right. I like to say that my presentation, my work, my book is I only speak about my experiences, not about what I experience. It's not theories. It's things that I lived through and think that's why I call it a practice. So it's not concepts I'm throwing you out there. No, it's about things that I've used that I keep using every day of my life. So, for example, we talk about one of my favorite activity from the longest time is to keep a journal. So a journal is, you just write your thoughts. You can see here, but anyway, I think I've got 150 of them so far. I've been writing since I've been a teenager. It was very good.
Wow.
That's why it took 7 years to write this book, because I had to go through all that stuff again, which was very useful for me to help people. But so a journal. So okay, this is like the second part about what solutions. What are solutions to the things that I'm bringing up here? So how to find your dream. One way to find your dream is to keep a journal where you write and you write and you write. That journal I find is the best way. Read books. We've talked about books before and stuff. So one of my favorite activity, and I think each one of you can relate to this, is to take a bath. Just a warm bath,
Hot.
in
Yeah.
water, quiet, and do nothing. Maybe have a little glass of
Just
wine.
listen to some music.
Exactly. Music. When I write my journal, something I did for so many years, I would go to coffee shops, sit by the window, and just stare. Empty my mind. Our present society is scared of emptiness. it's sad to say, but emptiness is how we come back to our own happiness. So, like I said at the start of our meeting, and I'm so happy you're here, is to say happiness is just to be yourself. But the thing is that we got lost with our education, with our upbringing, with the media. We get lost, and which is fine. There's nothing wrong about getting lost. And actually, I could say that the fun thing about getting lost is about when you find your way back again. That's so exciting. That is so fun, you know? So getting lost is not a problem. It's actually set up the pleasure, and it is a pleasure, of finding your way back. I mean, finding my way back means I'm now talking with you in Georgia. How lucky can I be? Wow. You wonderful people. I mean, next time I'm in Georgia, we'll have a meetup and then we'll have hugs. And you'll make food because I know you'll make the best food ever. So sorry. So anyway, but I mean from my heart, from my heart, when we're lost, the beauty of it, the happiness of it is finding our road back. And you will. Every one of us can find our road back if we practice. Oh, Guy. Oh la la, Guy is being hard. Number 4 is your attitude. It's a hard one to, but basically it's take your name. Everyone, just take your first name. So attitude is in English. Huh? We say what's your attitude? That's the same thing. So I want Tekla to be your Teklatitude. Does that make sense? You know, ta Judithitude. So Anititude. You know, be your Anititude. I'm gonna be my
That's nice.
Gititude. You know, Tekla, be the Teklatitude. Because you're unique. You're amazing. You're unique. There's nobody else in life like you. And the only way that us in number 5, we can appreciate your Teklatitude is by you doing it. If not, you are, how could I say? I'm looking for the word. I'm just missing the word. But you're starving us. You're starving us from your gift, because each one of us is a gift. You know. And the only way to give who you are in the world is to be your Anititude, to be your Judithitude, to be your Niatitude, and your Jyotitude. You know? And that's number 4. And number 4, again, like I say, use the word, it's your soul, your spirit, your ego, your whatnot, it's your attitude. But basically, number 3 was listen to your body, you know, like really be in touch. Number 2 was to be the energy of your passion. Number 1 was to have your North Star. Okay? So number 4 is the easiest one, but the hardest one is express yourself. Just goddamn fucking shit, say what you want to say. I'm sorry, but you know, fuck. Sometime a good fuck in the right place solves many problems. You know, of course I'm making joke here, and that's why he's quiet, because he likes this. But just imagine this. You know, Einstein, the scientist, did thought experiments, be in an elevator, and this and that. one thought experiment I like to do when we talk about level 4 is to say, what would happen in your life if you start to say everything that's on your mind right now? To your friend, to your colleague, to your boss, to your parent, to honestly, like you talk about being authentic, and how scary is that? That you're gonna say directly, like from, there was a movie with Jim Carrey, Liar, Lawyer, or something like that. And I didn't see it again, but I think it's the same idea. But just imagine, and I'm not saying don't practice that, because that's, unless you're ready for number 5. If you're ready for number 5, you can practice to number 4. But number 4 is just to express yourself. But just as a thought experiment, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your boss, your whoever you work with, if you just say exactly what's on your mind, just like say, your life would change. It would be hard, but I would promise you, when I don't do promises, I only do practice. But I would say to you that within 1 month, you'd have a total new life. And most likely that life would be very happy. Well, now, but I'm kind of poking you there. That's kind of, I shouldn't do that. It's a bit, you're a bit hard on me here now. But it's just to give you, again, it's like the North Star. Remember? It's the idea that to say everything that's on your mind all the time, it's like the North Star. It's something you try, you practice every day. It doesn't mean you do it every day. Number 5 is shutting up and listening. All of us, I see the screen now, all of us together, this beautiful mosaic of beautiful people. Okay. All of us have a point of view. All of us has a purpose. All of us has a way of seeing the world. We talk about being authentic. Okay. Authentic, what does that mean? And then that's, it's kind of a way to finish, and maybe in 1 month we can do a follow-up about this. If you guys demand to Nia, and then in between Christmas and New Year's Eve, maybe it would be a good time. Christmas is over and New Year's Eve is going to come. So how to finish the year and how to start the year. But basically, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because then I stay away from the words. The mind, the heart, the body, the soul, and the spirit. But the other way I look at it, it's the reverse order, which is, but then the numbers don't make sense, but still 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5 is the universe called you into existence. Wow. There's this old word we used to have before. You have your calling. But to do your calling, you must listen. I mean, if the phone rings, somebody calls you, if you don't pick it up, you won't have your calling. So, Tekla, you have your Tekla etude, you got your big pizza, and Annie and Nia, it's the same thing, there's a duality. There's you, and there's your big pizza. That's there. And it's like, why you are there, you have a calling. Fuck! Wow! You exist! How fucking amazing is this? Jesus Christ! Wow! You exist! And if you exist, it's because you have a calling. We don't know why. But the only way we can appreciate it is if you do number 4, which is your teklaïtude. If you don't express who you are, we won't know why you're here. But number 5, the universe called you. Tekla! You now exist. Boo! You know, you now exist. And number 4, you could use the word for a purpose, for a mission. I use Tekla, for example, because she's right in the middle of my screen, but I could use anybody else's name. Okay, so Joe, or don't feel, I mean, you're all amazing. But basically, if you're here, it's because you have a calling. That's it. That's all. Okay. To know what your calling is, you must express yourself. If you don't express yourself, we won't know what your calling is. And the universe, if you cut yourself, you heal. That's amazing. If you take a knife and you cut, you don't go and say, heal, heal, heal. No. We live in a healing universe. That's a given. That's it. The universe is healed. So the universe has called you to be, and it gives you, use the word you want, a mission, a purpose. You're teklaita. There's a reason for that. And the universe loves you, so he gives you gifts, talents. He made you tall. He made you short. He made you, you smell good, you hear good, you see good, or you run fast. Or each one of us, our body has been created, has a talent. You're very good with like a watchmaker, with minuscule stuff, or you're very good building houses, or you're very physical, or you're not physical, or you're not. But your body has talents. So you got a calling. Ding! Hello, I'm here. This is your mission. You're going to do this, and for this, I'm going to give you the tools. Your body is your tool. You're made for your mission. You are made for your mission. You got all the tools you need, and you're going to have your passions to guide you into what to do with your body, to reach your dream. And that's it. That's all. So negativity is just a bad habit. It's just when we have lost who we are, instead of focusing on what we want, why we were created in this life for, we're busy. I don't want this. I don't want this. This is good. This is bad. This is which is fine. I mean, it's no one's fault. It's just, that's why gift of number 1 is to become aware. The mind is the gift of awareness. Mind is awareness, to become aware. And well, I think I finish here because we're running out of time, and I love all the interactions that we have. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful afternoon and evening. I've got my book.
Where can you share also? Is it available to buy online?
It's online. It's on ebook, hardcover, softcover. It's on all platforms, on Apple, on Kobo, on Amazon. If you want to contact me with Instagram, please do. Facebook, you are my sunshine. Na, na. If you don't you can say la 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 la. Happy when you're around. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Love you all. Thank you. You're amazing. See you online. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.